Now, a lot of people will step out and say, okay, well, okay, added sugar is terrible, but I still want my cookies.
Mhm.
And so they'll or they still want their soda or whatever they want. Their coffee, they want sweetener in their coffee. And so they go to these alternative
Mhm.
sweeteners. What can you tell us about the alternative sweeteners out there?
Well, this is an important question. So it depends on your goal, right? So the alternative sweeteners are still going to affect your brain in a way that's going to promote this addiction-like response because it's not the type of sweetener, but it's actually just the sweet taste when it hits your tongue. That's what activates this cascade of events that eventually lead to the release of different neurochemicals in the brain that can promote this addiction-like response. So if your goal is to break your addiction to sugar and get away from added sugar, using these artificial sweeteners or these alternative sweeteners isn't really going to do that because it's basically going to prolong the addiction. But I will say that if your goal is to really just start to reduce your added sugar, which is the strategy that I recommend. I don't recommend a cold turkey, give it all up overnight type of approach because that doesn't work for people. The majority of people have tried that in and out multiple times in their lifetime and it just never sticks. So I really, in the book, Sugarless suggests a more sustainable approach that involves, slowly reducing and removing the added sugar in our diet. And so if you're doing that, some people find that using some of these alternative sweeteners can be a crutch. It can help them to, get away from added sugar. But I think the goal overall needs to be to reduce our dependence on sweeteners. We don't need to have five sugars in our coffee or five types of sweetener in our coffee. We don't need all this stuff in the cereals. We have to just get ourselves back to a situation where we're not so reliant on everything being so overly sweetened all the time.